Let's do a good show.
Oh, now you tell us.
Yeah, well, I know it's the last minute.
We don't have enough time to prep. We don't have enough time to prep to do a good show.
No, let's do an okay show then. Are we surprised again that it's starting?
Oh, no, we're resigned.
Wow! That's part of us doing a good show.
Brothers and sisters, welcome to Penn Sunday School, starring Penn Gillette. My name is Michael Godot. Matt Donnelly, Penn and I, we're broadcasting from Show Creator Studios South here in Las Vegas.
Damn Skippy.
Penn and Teller were awarded Genie Magazine's highest honor shortly before Pip and Pop appeared at a magic convention and scandalized the magic world. And there's a new Penn and Teller burger at Smoked Burgers and Barbecue. Here he is, preaching love, Mr. Penn Gillette.
Yes, I'm preaching love. And over there on the couch is the famous Cray Ray, who I told him to shut the fuck up because we had other stuff to talk about during this show.
Yeah.
And you'll come in here and tell us what to eat. Okay. Now, I saw you blanch at the word burger. It's a vegan burger,
Clear
motherfucker.
that up first.
And it's got vegan everything. It is not healthful, but it is vegan. And part of the money goes to people suffering.
It is a Beyond Meat burger patty, tomato, onion, cheddar cheese.
Vegan cheddar cheese.
I didn't say that in the ad.
But it is. It is.
All right.
I checked.
And a signature smoked sauce on a brioche bun, served with mesquite or sweet potato fry.
And it's smoked burgers and barbecue at the Forum Shops.
Yes,
And it's a good amount of the money. I forgot how much, but I was shocked that it was high. Goes to AFAN, which is
Aid for AIDS of Nevada.
AIDS for AIDS of Nevada, and it helps people with it's on the ground stuff. It's not research stuff. It's people who are suffering now. It's people that are suffering now and helps them. And as you know, Penn and Teller have been involved with AFAN for 19 years now. We've been grand marshals of the parade. They've raised millions and millions of dollars. And it goes for this. And this great little place called Smoked Burgers and Barbecue out at the Forum Shops. Way at the end by Joe's Crab Shack out there, out where the buses don't go. It's out there, and there's this nice little...
So they're going to sell a lot.
They've been selling a lot. It's been very successful. It has kicked the ass of the Donnie and Marie burger.
Whoa.
That benefited Donnie and Marie. No, it's actually they had a wonderful charity that I'm sure was great and Mormon and very white. But ours,
we have an all-white burger on an all-white bread,
and when you open the bun, there's a big row of teeth.
and we've converted all the gay cheese to straight cheese to put on top of it.
Yeah, it's all straight cheese. But I went there. We could not go there. It was supposed to debut October 1st, but of course you can't do anything on October 1st because that was the second anniversary of the big shooting.
Yes.
And it would look disrespectful to be eating a burger 2 years after people were shot.
You don't want that Vegas Twitter feed going.
Oh,
I remember. New burger. I remember.
Yeah, knock, knock.
That's who's there?
9/11.
9/11 who?
You said you'd never forget.
Oh.
You don't want it to be that.
No, you don't.
You want it to actually mean something. But it's a good burger. You would not truly approve, but as a special occasion, you would say it was fine. It's certainly much. You can talk. You don't
I was going to
talk.
say race mics, but you keep answering for it. That's really nice.
I was going to say that I would try it. Sounds good to me.
It's certainly, as you always say, relative to what? It's more healthful than an actual.
I'm sure you're winning on the menu. I'm sure you're winning on the menu of healthful.
Oh, sure.
Like their menu.
Yeah, on their menu, you win absolutely, 100%.
That is the most helpful thing they suggest.
It is, and it is. It's selling very well, and the money is coming in for AFAN and makes them more money. But I remember that when National Lampoon became very, very successful in the early 70s. What are you doing, Godot?
I gotta go find our ad spots.
Okay. Oh, yeah. You go do that, Godot.
Show?
Yeah.
You let us to go find money.
Go look in the couch.
Hurry, or we're doing this for nothing.
So when National Lampoon in the early 70s started getting very, very successful, they were I guess the right verb would be lampooning themselves.
There you go.
And they were saying that they were becoming, they were going to be doing Lemmings off Broadway, and they were doing a radio show, and they said coming up soon, Lampoon Burgers. They were making fun of themselves for being so successful that they would have a burger named after them, and that would be the epitome of selling out. So when I actually sat there at that restaurant, sitting and doing little interviews, and there was a table tent that said Penn Teller Burger. I flash back to being 18, National Lampoon, and going, National Lampoon were joking about selling out, but here I am.
Now, is this a Glenn Ally project? Who figures out that you don't have a burger and you need a burger named after you?
Well, here's the thing. Glenn Ally is now not only the absolute complete ruler of Penn Teller.
Yeah.
He is also president of AFAN.
Yeah.
So the meeting between the Penn Teller people and the AFAN people was just Glenn sitting at home alone. But I think that Smoked Burgers and Barbecue do a monthly special celebrity burger. They probably approached Penn Teller, and Glenn probably said, since I don't want Penn Teller to make any more money, we'll give all the money to AFAN.
And you're like, wait, talk to Glenn. This isn't right.
Yeah, exactly. We wanna.
Which Glenn are you?
There's no jingle in the P&T coffers from the Penn Teller burger as there would have been for the Lampoon burger, but it is a fine, tasty burger.
Is it a limited time offer thing? You said
it's a month. It's October. I don't know why that's so high, but it's not.
What are you talking about?
It's October.
For the people who listen to podcasts at like double speed, that was a really weird moment.
Yeah, very weird. It was good, but here's the problem is I so rarely eat at restaurants that I can never get enough food because the amount of food I eat is astonishing in terms of actual bulk because I eat salads and I eat stuff that huge amounts. We've talked about this. You cannot get a salad big enough in a restaurant.
This is an audio podcast.
You can talk. You can talk, Ray.
But she's the salad person.
Oh, I'm the salad person. We were just talking about this yesterday, how if it's not bigger than your head, it doesn't count.
No, you can't get a salad big enough. And the really funny thing is if you go to expensive restaurants and you ask, well, I guess I'll have 9 dinner salads, you can end up spending $150
On lettuce.
On lettuce, yeah.
You can do that at Whole Foods as well.
We did that yesterday.
We did that yesterday, yeah.
Easy to do.
But and I tried
not many people come here fantasizing about the Whole Foods salad bar, but these two come to
We
Vegas.
do.
They say the one on Las Vegas Boulevard is unparalleled.
Well, that is the big secret, of Whole Foods, is that a lot of their money is made at the salad bar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And, and the 700% markup on everything else.
It's like $50 for 2 salads.
Yeah.
I was going to say my $11 guacamole begs to differ with your.
But so when I go and have a burger, even though it's a burger in much higher calorie than I would normally eat, I still want to eat 3 of them. Because I eat, I say I eat once a day. I eat once a day, and then at night I get up half asleep and eat 2 jars of peanut butter. So you can't really say you're eating 1 meal a day when in the middle of the night. If I fall asleep instantly, which has happened never, then I sleep through without eating.
I would love to hire legit documentary guys to hide behind your couch and narrate
infrared
like observing an animal in the wild, your late night peanut butter ritual.
I will tell you what you would see is you would see a very tall naked man.
Right. Yeah. This is part of why.
And there's no doubt about it. There is staggering involved. Because as I have gotten older, my balance, I used to be a wire walker, but now my balance is not what it used to be. And when I am partially asleep, I absolutely stagger. And I do my sleep eating, and I'm not on Ambien. I don't have any sort of defense. I am just sleeping normally. But I usually sleep I go to sleep without having eaten after the show.
Right.
I lay down in bed and I have this halo effect. I have not eaten. And then I fall asleep, usually with some music in my headphones, for about 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then I wake up going, great, I went to sleep without eating. God damn, I'm hungry. And then I get up naked and I have a long trek to go. And I stagger down.
Well, you burn so many more calories walking.
And then I do this ritual, which is really important, which is I look in the rice cooker and there's brown rice there.
Yeah.
And I look in the refrigerator and there's a salad and there's hummus.
Yeah.
And then I go over and I say, well, I'll start with a glass of water. And I get a glass and I fill it with water. And then I say, well, there's peanut butter there.
Right.
And I take the spoon out and then I say,
nothing better than
I'll just have 1 spoon of peanut butter.
Yes.
Now, I want to tell you, and I believe there's not much exaggeration here, a normal commercial jar of peanut butter, 1 spoon is just about a sixth of the jar. And I have 3 or 4 spoons. And then I can no longer move my mouth. I'm then choking. I drink a little bit of water and I go up. And I fall asleep just like that. I fall asleep reeking of peanut butter.
Mouthful of peanut butter still. You wake
Not
up
quite a
in the morning,
mouthful, but certainly a throatful. And
saving it for the middle of the night.
Yeah, and I stagger back up, and I go, and then with peanut butter on board, boom, 5 hours solid, feeling really good.
You basically give yourself like a peanut butter drip. Beep, beep as you sleep through the night.
That's what I meant when I say I eat 1 meal a day.
It's just one continuous meal.
Yeah. No. I eat the meal that I eat at supper is the most perfect Cray Ray meal ever. You two would just roll around in the lettuce naked in glorious sexual delight at how perfect my meal is. You would be going, this is the way a person should eat. And you would say, boy, you eat this for supper every night? And I would say, yes. And what do you have for dessert? Blueberries. And then I have a square or 2 of 90% cocoa chocolate. You'd say, oh, very good little treat. And that carries you through the show. And I would say, yes. You'd say, boy, and you don't eat before that. Like you get up at, 10, 9, 8, you don't eat before that? No, 5:30 is when I eat. You go, wow, you're doing great. What are the 5 empty jars of peanut butter for the past week that are in your trash?
See,
this sounds very familiar.
Yeah,
and so I've learned how to hide the peanut butter when he comes to town.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would work for you.
It's very surprising your face isn't bruised.
There's no spoon.
I'll tell you, you hide the peanut butter in my house, motherfucker. You are going down to Chinatown. I will tell you, I am a pacifist, but you are going to get your ass waterboarded. Where's the motherfucking peanut butter?
Pass my fist through your cupboard board. Grab the peanut butter straight out.
There's no spoon that can't find the bottom of a peanut butter jar.
Oh, that's true. I
mean, they all know how to get it.
Oh, it's so good. But then there's the thing, after you finish off 1 jar of peanut butter, you go, can you imagine how great it would be to open a new one?
That first spoon is the best.
And the first spoon, you can get about a quarter of the jar. And peanut butter the architecture is so robust that it will stick. You can balance on the top.
Yes.
Also,
we should make one that just unzips. A can that unzips.
So
and you can just
But I'll tell you, people have started at the show. They now bring me peanut butter.
So
when I'm on the road, I have
What about the peanut butter on the roof of mouth thing? Is that something you like or dislike?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it stuck in my mouth. I like everything. But this is not, when I was in high school, I once had, and this is absolutely true, I once made a peanut butter sandwich so thick, okay, that I took a huge bite of it and swallowed it too quickly and couldn't breathe, and then made the mistake of trying to wash it down with orange juice and actually went unconscious. I was drowning, and I thought this is the perfect way for my parents to come home and say, well, he avoided drugs.
Died on peanut butter and orange juice.
Peanut butter and orange juice overdose on the floor of the kitchen. And it was also disgusting because I was also coughing, and there was orange juice and peanut butter everywhere, and very close. I mean, there must be people who die of peanut butter. And or maybe there aren't. I would be the one, You'd
be the PSA.
Yeah.
And be like, when I knew Penn, I could have told him to stop. He described his late night ritual in detail to my horror. I could have stopped him.
But you remember,
I could have planted a net or a trap on the way down the stairs.
What I used to have was for breakfast, Hershey's syrup washed down with Coke. That used to be my breakfast. I would open it, Hershey's syrup, and just go fill my mouth and then drink Coke, and then in between do the Hershey's syrup. And that was when a woman who incidentally worked for the Ford Modeling Company came out of the bedroom, saw me standing there naked, putting Hershey's syrup and Coke in my mouth, and said to me, "If I ever see that again, I won't fuck you." I said, "What?" She said, "I don't want to ever see you pouring Hershey syrup and Coke in your mouth again. I find it so disgusting. I will not ever spend the night with you again."
What'd you choose?
I actually chose to do it in secret.
Yeah, exactly.
When given a choice, take both.
Yeah. But she was...
Terms are very clear.
Ice chest hidden around the corner.
She was so disgusted. And this is a woman who was fine with me sleeping in the bathtub until it turned cold and then going directly into bed without drying off. She was fine with that. But the Hershey syrup and the Coca-Cola, she drew the line at. So I became more secretive. She didn't say she didn't want me to do it. She just said she didn't want to see it, which is okay. It was an aesthetic choice, not a moral choice. It wasn't like...
So this is your original Coke?
Yes, that was my Coke computer. But yeah, and that used to be breakfast, and then it would be my usual diet when I was on Broadway. Okay, was Coke and Hershey syrup, and I mean a full can of Coke and about a half of a squirt bottle of Hershey syrup. That'd be breakfast, and then right before the show, I would have 3 slices of pepperoni pizza from like Ray's, famous Ray's, and then I would do the show and then go to Orso's afterwards and eat Italian food all night, and that was my usual diet. And that diet got me up to win the Academy Award for gaining 120 pounds for a role.
You're still telling that story.
I am. Still telling
What
that story.
brand of peanut butter do you?
Well, when they bring
Is
it to
it
me,
Skippy?
when they bring it to me, when they bring it to me on the road, they bring me stuff that's nothing but peanuts in it. That's
Right.
what I should be eating. That's what I should be eating. But when left to my own, the children have Jif.
Mm-hmm.
And Jif has not only peanuts. Okay, you think, boy, just peanuts, that's great. Oh, it says other stuff too. Makes it even better, like high fructose corn syrup and salt, and certainly rat fibers. There's no doubt that that's in
Crunchy
there.
or smooth?
What's that?
Rat fibers?
I like the smooth.
I like crunchy.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with you.
You wouldn't.
When we're naked in the middle of the night with the
Yeah.
peanut butter, we're very happy. You get the crunchy, I got the creamy, and we're just.
And we actually have stood in your kitchen
Yes, we have.
and ate peanut butter.
I made you do that because I
made me
wanted
do
I wanted you to be involved.
Yep.
Implicated.
It's like
Excuse me.
Epstein saying,
At
"How
this
about you have a
point-
massage, Ray?
That's right.
Come on, Epstein,
I'm
have a
in.
massage. Have a massage,
Yep.
Ray." That's what he would be saying. I don't know if there's anybody in the world that doesn't have stamps.com. But no one has the time to go to the post office. You're busy. Who's got time for all that traffic, parking, lugging all your mail and packages? It's a real hassle. That's why you need Stamps.com, one of the most popular time-saving tools for small businesses. Stamps.com eliminates trips to the post office and saves you money with discounts that you can't even get at the post office, and we still believe that's illegal. Stamps.com brings you all the amazing services of the U.S. Post Office right to your computer, whether you're a small office sending invoices, an online seller shipping out products, or even a warehouse sending thousands of packages a day. Stamps.com can handle it all with ease. The long-suffering Laura, the long-suffering Stephen doctors in our office, everything's done with Stamps.com. Everything done on Scoops?
Yeah, everything done for the Hay Scoop.
Stamps. Have you used Stamps.com, Crave?
I don't send mail.
You don't send anything out yet. But if you did, you'd use Stamps.com. It's a no-brainer, saving you time and money. It's no wonder over 700,000 small businesses already use Stamps.com. Right now, our listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. As soon as you say no long-term commitment, I'm in. Just go to stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in
Penn.
Yeah, that's stamps.com. Enter
Penn.
Yeah, there we go. What else we got here to talk about? We got good stuff to talk about.
Better help.
Oh my goodness, yeah, this is good. I've been doing this BetterHelp.
doing this, right?
I've been doing this BetterHelp thing. I got too busy and stopped, but boy, it was a good idea. You know about this, Craig? BetterHelp is an online, therapist. I had never gone into therapy. And I went and filled out all the stuff. And we were going to have them as an advertiser. And it was really good. You've got somebody online. You can do it phone, or you can do it Skype or FaceTime, or you can do it in email, or you can do it in text. I chose to do it. It's all completely private. Everything's encrypted and everything. And then you have someone. And I've always talked to friends and family about problems, but I never had someone who had professional training.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. Is there something that interferes with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? BetterHelp Online Counseling is there for you. Connect with your professional counselor in a safe and private online environment. It's so convenient. No, I was talking to my therapist. She said, why are you doing this? I said, because I do a podcast and I'm going to talk about it. And all of a sudden the conversation went to patient-client privacy because she was afraid I would... Not the therapist.
You'd hold up your end.
It is my end is what she was worried about. Licensed professional counselors who are specialized in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, trauma, anger, family conflicts, LGBT matters, grief, self-esteem. Anything you share is confidential. You should, if you're not happy with your counselor for any reason, you request a new one. I'm very happy with my counselor. 3,000 U.S. licensed therapists across all 50 states, available worldwide, 4 communication modes: text, chat, phone, and video. And this is not, for emergencies. This is not like a
Suicide hotline.
No, it's not
sort of
that.
thing.
But it is very good for just kind of working stuff out. I found it very useful when I didn't have any particular problems. And you start digging in and going, oh, there is this. I'd like to fix this. It makes things better. Best of all, it's a truly affordable option. Penn Sunday School listeners get 10% off your first month with discount code
Penn.
No, I was actually pointing to
Pointed
Julieanna, but she didn't do it.
Penn.
There you go. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/
Pen.
Please.
Pen.
That's PENN. Simply fill out the questionnaire to help them access your needs and get matched with a counselor you'll love. I have my counselor I love. That's betterhelp.com/
Pen.
I wasn't pointing to you that time. Boy, you don't follow rules at all,
This
do you?
microphone is very far.
Yeah, very far away. So we covered the P&T burger. We
Yep.
covered the peanut butter excitement. I guess I should get. I want to say this. This is really important. I get a new trick in this show. You know the trick, Matt, that you saw me do?
Yes.
I didn't do it that well.
Yes.
Yeah. I've done it.
I mean,
twice.
no, sir. It was quite good.
No, you weren't there.
It
I
was
know.
It was a night
I'm
where a lot
covering
of
for
us
Matt.
Stuff didn't go great.
What's that? Didn't go right.
Yeah, I had stuff that didn't go great.
Yeah.
We were working it out.
We're working out, but I've done it twice now in the big show.
Right. Yeah. I didn't know that was going to be the trajectory.
And it's gone over fairly well. I'm pretty happy.
Okay.
And I wrote to Steve Bedwell, Dr. Steve Bedwell, Bedwell, Dr. Steve Bedwell, who wrote this trick. It's called In Over Your Head. He did not write the patter, but he wrote the trick. It's a beautifully laid out trick, gorgeous trick. And I talked about it on the podcast. And he said to me when I wrote to him and said, thank you so much, he wrote back and said, yes, I was very happy that you talked about it on your podcast, but forgot my name. It was a fairly bittersweet moment, he said. So his name is Dr. Steve Bedwell. Interesting cat. I don't know much about him, but he was a medical doctor, neuroscientist, medical doctor, MD, neuroscientist. Neurologist. That's the word I wanted. Thank you. Penn. Neurologist. And he quit to become a magician. Because I guess he thought as a neurologist, he was doing too much good for the world.
Yeah, we need more magicians.
And now he also does self-help stuff. And he had this video that I watched. You should check it out on YouTube. Pretty good. It's about how he was diagnosed with throat cancer. And he does jokes about
Nothing
that.
funnier than that.
Nothing. Well, that's true. That's the whole point of it, and how he dealt with that and got through it. So, thank you, Dr. Steve Bedwell. The trick is in over your head, and I'll be doing it tonight. You're going to see the show tonight, right?
I think so.
Okay, you're going to see Piff, and you're going to see us. So we did that. We also got an award. Now
Yeah.
you know that I have been a little bit perturbed at the award situation with magicians in Vegas getting out of control. What people are doing is they are winning awards from like little magazines, like German magic magazines that say, if you'll do an interview, we'll put you on the cover and give you an award. Then they get the award in words, and then they go and get a trophy made locally and put it in their lobby. That's done a lot. And then there's stuff up on billboards that say, best magic show of all time, up on the billboard. Now, we've never done any of that, but we were going to play the Genie conference. Now, Genie is legitimately the biggest magic magazine. Okay, that
Been
really
around
is
a long time. Yeah.
yeah, they're really legitimate.
people.
And they said, we'd like to get awards. And we said to them, we don't care about awards. And then we rethought it. And Teller said, because everybody's getting awards and this is escalating, if it's going to escalate, we haven't entered the war yet, but let's just come in and win. Because Genie Magazine is like, the top.
Yeah.
So we said we want the top award. So we talked to Genie Magazine, and they said, well, we're going to give you awards anyway. And we said, we know. And they said, we said, what's the wording on the award? And they said, well, best magicians. We said, it's the highest award we give. It's a beautiful, handmade, very well-crafted wand, screws together. It says Genie Award Magicians. And Teller said, we'd like better wording. They said, what would you like? And we said, well, we would like wording that makes it very, very clear that no one can ever top us. So the wording that they brought to us after some editing on the part of Penn and Teller was Penn and Teller, greatest magicians in the world, past, present, or future, in this or any other cosmos, real or imagined. I want to tell you that the real or imagined I added in. Because they had in this or any other cosmos. And I said, I don't know if that's enough. Let's do real or imagined. And then they said, well, we'll just print that on the wands. And I said, well, no, I would like a trophy. And they said, okay, sure, you can have a trophy. And I said, I would like the trophy to be bigger than me. So they gave us a 7.5-foot trophy.
No, that's
that
great.
is astonishing. And the way they presented it to us was I was on stage being interviewed. Teller did it by Skype because he's too lazy to fly across the country to get an award calling him the best magician in the world, past, present, or future, in this or any other cosmos, real or imagined.
You could have just leaned the trophy over and he could have walked
Gonna hit it.
across the trophy from Vegas to.
So what they did was we thought the escalation would be funny. So first they brought out the wand to me, which is the highest award that the highest magic thing gives. This is the highest award you can get, is that wand. And everybody was very, very taken with that, and there was a lot of applause. But I smiled wryly.
It's not like a karate studio where there's like a white wand followed by like a red wand,
This is the
followed by
best
a blue wand.
This is the best fucking wand you can get, motherfucker. Shut up. Best wand you can get. And then 15 minutes went by in the interview, and then he brought out gold, like Flavo Flav size medals that said best magicians, and had pictures of us on it. Really nice medals. And I put that around my neck, and I was holding my wand, had that around my neck. And then we did the rest of the interview, and he said, we have one more award for you. And then like 3 guys carried out this 7.5-foot trophy that said on it, greatest magicians in the world, past, present, or future, in this or any other cosmos, real or imagined. And I said, I'm humbled. Because when you get an award, you are now supposed to say, I'm humbled, because we've forgotten what the words in English mean. You're not supposed to say you're humbled when you're given an award awarding you.
Yes.
You're supposed to say you're humbled in the presence of greatness of an award that perhaps it's supposed to be something that's a little bit tangential. It's not supposed to be dead on. You've won
Wouldn't I
Best
be
Actor.
humbled,
I'm humbled.
If
No,
Godot-
you're not, motherfucker.
If Godot and I are nominated for an award and Godot wins, aren't I humbled
Yeah,
then?
yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, don't worry about that scenario too much.
Sheeny called me
clearly
just
didn't-
yesterday.
You didn't carry this home on the plane. I take it.
No, they actually, first of all, having this thing fabricated was difficult because they went in and said, we need a trophy that's 7.5 feet tall. And they said, for what? They said, for greatest magicians in the world, past, present, or future, in this or any other cosmos, real or imagined.
They said, can we just stack up the letters?
They had to, kind of Frankenstein together 3 different trophies and kind of glue them. So then the problem was shipping it back to Vegas because we are not done with this little piece of performance art. We're going to do a billboard. We've never done a billboard with any sort of quotation on it. I believe that's tacky and in bad taste. But we are entering, our entry level is the win position, right?
Yeah.
We've never done it, but when we come in, we absolutely win, right? As Michael Godot once said, I don't care if you say it's not a competition as long as I win. Right. So this is not a competition. People are just putting up the awards they got so people can understand what they might go to see in Vegas. So it's not a competition, but we are coming in posing with our 7.5 foot trophy, and we're going to say greatest magicians on a billboard. The billboard may be strategically placed so other magicians drive by it. Because I refuse to allow the billboard to be actually for the public because I'm too embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
But I'm not too embarrassed to find the route of other magicians and put the billboard on their route.
I think you've made the award long enough that anyone looking at the billboard gets it.
Yeah, I think so. I think what I would like it to be is not an award for us, but rather a fuck you to all other awards.
Yeah.
Do you think it comes across that way? Greatest magicians in the world, past, present, or future, in this or any other cosmos, real or imagined. I think that says fuck you to awards. I think it does.
How did they fit that on the wand is what I want to know.
It wasn't on the wand. It escalated. The wand just says greatest magicians, Genie Magazine, Penn Teller. And the wand, by the way, is beautiful.
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it, but you can make a beautiful wand. You know, it's all
The nicest stick you ever saw.
nicest stick. You wouldn't think you can make a stick really nice, but you can.
It also makes me wonder, like, maybe if I'm around town and I see other quotes from Genie Magazine, should I think twice about it?
You don't see enough quotes from Genie Magazine because other people don't win those awards.
Oh, okay.
But, when you see in big letters, the greatest magician of all time, and in little letters, it says like, German Magic Club number 3. But it's just abbreviated.
Yeah.
Yeah. They try to get like Venezuela egalitarian, so it spells out Vegas. They just put the big letters up there. Yeah. But that's where we are there. And also this week, I got to tell you, I was I have had this problem in the past where I covet things I've already done. Like this has happened to me a lot where I say, geez, I'd like to be in I called Glenn and said, how come I haven't done a voice in a Pixar movie? He said, you're in Toy Story. I went, oh yeah, right. You were the first person cast in any Pixar movie. You were the first person cast in Toy Story. And I go, oh yeah, that's right. And then I said, I'd like to be in like a Disney cartoon. He said, you were in a Disney Mickey Mouse cartoon. I go, oh yeah. So what I hadn't done was sing a song in a Disney cartoon.
Whoa.
So there's an owl named Houdini, and Houdini is me. And this is on a show called Tots, and it's for toddlers. So I was in with, 5 Disney execs who, boy, do they know their shit doing the script. And they were saying stuff. They give such good direction. And they said, we really like, your voice. We really do. We really like the graveliness of your voice, but we mustn't scare children. Hi, I'm Hoo. So I was doing this very gentle talking to the children, telling them how magic is all around them. And then I had a song as a dancing, singing owl, singing about magic. And the guy, do you remember a guy who did I'm going to think of his name in a moment. Rob, yeah. Anyway, he did the thing where he did 20 impressions in 1 minute singing. And he also did the Shia LaBeouf, remember the ballet and the song and everything?
Yeah.
Great thing. He wrote the song and he was there and I was really, really nervous because singing a Disney song with 5 Disney execs listening, and it was like, magic, magic, magic in the air. There's magic, magic, magic everywhere. There's magic in a lightning bug, magic in your mama's hug, magic in the thunderstorm. And when it ends, there's magic again.
Now, was any of the 5 executives,
Teary-eyed? Yes.
and then any of them were afraid, like, magic, there is no God, magic.
Or a make Penn bad come back, you know?
So I was singing there, and they were, they had the backing track, and I was singing along, and I had sung it much to the
Chagrin.
Annoyance of my family,
Annoyance.
because I was in my office singing 100 times, magic, and I also pictured if you were a maybe 9-year-old girl who watched Fool Us, and you had a picture what it was like to have Penn Jillette as your dad. And you pictured you'd walk by his office, he'd be singing, there's magic in a lightning bug, magic in your mama's hug. Well, my children actually had to live with that horror.
And in your underwear, too.
No, I was hoping you were
That's
doing
kind.
it in the motion capture, right? In the blue tights with the styrofoam balls on it.
Yeah. But I was an owl, and it was real. And they sent me, the artwork to let me get into character. This is the owl. This is who you're going to
They
be.
didn't put you in an owl costume.
Well, they didn't insist on it. It was my choice, and I took it.
Yes.
Thank you for coming in, Mr. Gillette. You did not need to dress like an owl for the recording of this song.
But I did. I'm hoo-hoo dee. And then I had to say, one of the lines in the song was, magic's everywhere, you just have to know where to look. And then the owl Houdini vanishes and appears over here. And I had to go, yoo-hoo. Boy, I got to tell you, doing yoo-hoo in a song that you're singing when you have my particular pipes, boy, it's hard. Magic in your mama's hug, yoo-hoo. Gets too Rip Taylor, too quick. Which, by the way, Rip Taylor died, and
Yes.
we lost our
Sad report.
17th aristocrat.
Oh, no.
The 17th person, the aristocrats who's died. And I just kept thinking, I wrote to Stephen. Yeah, it's a curse of any
When will it
movie
end?
where you have a lot of people that,
Yeah, exactly.
that you record that are 80.
Yeah, and you give it a
10 years later,
10 years, yeah.
what do you know? They die.
See?
But Rip Taylor had a line that I could not believe. Looking back at Rip Taylor, he did this on every show he was on. He did this joke. And I think the joke is filthy, but I guess you can't prove it. You know those kind of jokes?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah. He would come out and go, Mrs. Paul's fish sticks, does yours? Mrs. Paul's fish sticks, does yours?
Wow.
Yeah. And I, of course, because I'm the kind of guy I am, I wrote to Steven Pinker at Harvard Cock. And I wrote to him and said, you wrote a lot in your book about garden path sentences where you think that a verb is a noun until it turns and so on. And in this case, a noun becomes a verb. And listen to it. And I said, since my friend Rip Taylor, which, I loved Rip Taylor, by the way. I knew him for years and I adored him. What a wonderful man. I said, since he just died, I thought that since you've studied this use of language, the garden, it's like another good example is time flies like an arrow, fruit flies like a banana. That's another one of those.
Oh, yeah.
That changes. And so I sent that to
Thank you, Reddy.
Reddy Riches came in and threw confetti in Rip Taylor's honor. So I sent that to Stephen Pinker and said, "This is a really nice one. Mrs. Paul's fish sticks does yours." And he wrote back and said, "I love that. That goes in my file. Here's a headline that shows the importance of hyphens." And he sent me a headline from a magazine that said, "Students receive firsthand job experience." Without a hyphen. So the headline of this local paper, "Students receive firsthand job experience. But it does not look that way. Students receive firsthand job experience. It was so that's what Stephen Pinker sent back.
Unless both took place and the headline just accomplished it all.
That's right.
What
was their career?
If we leave a hyphen out of this, we're done.
We're done.
We're done. We don't even need an article. And there were sexual allegations as well. Leave all that out. Just the headlines there. But I'll tell you, that's a pretty good one.
That's a great
As
one.
headlines go, that's pretty good.
I would have, if I just came across it on Twitter, I would have thought it was fake.
Yeah.
But if it was sent to you by Pinker, I imagine.
Pinker, and he had a picture of the paper. But
Yeah,
it'd
yeah.
Still be not that you could ever fake a newspaper headline.
No.
Oh, we're listening to Penn Sunday School. Mr. Bullshit just said, "I saw a picture of a newspaper, so I guess it was real." That's what Mr. Bullshit said. Welcome to another episode of Penn Teller's Gullible.
Magic. All headlines are real. Magic.
Yahoo! So, wouldn't you think, I got to tell you, if you were going out on like the Merv Griffin show or the Mike Douglas show or a daytime television show in the 70s, wouldn't you have thought that someone would yell at you for saying Mrs. Paul's fish sticks does yours?
Yes.
You thought you'd be reprimanded, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Was-
Although I think like there was a
Could mean sticks to the pan, right?
I think that's what he meant.
That's what I thought
Let's
he
just
meant.
give him credit for that. Let's just give him that credit.
I was giving him credit the other way. Remember, he's
I
an
know.
aristocrat.
Oh, I know.
He is an aristocrat. Yes, 17 of the 100 comics in the aristocrats are dead 10 years out.
It's cursed. 50 years from now, they'll all be dead.
Cursed.
I'm telling you.
Cursed.
We need
Should
more
never have
help spam.
opened.
I need to talk a lot about Piff and Pop appearing at the
yes, the Genie convention.
at the Genie convention after we got that award. And I got to tell you, the Genie may have had second thoughts because Piff and I put on quite a performance, which we did not allow to be videotaped. And looking at people's faces in the audience, there were a lot of jaws dropped.
Yes.
They did not believe what was going on. I think that there's something about, I've always thought this kind of discussion of the jester in culture
Yeah.
and how when one puts on makeup or one puts on an outfit, that one is outside of the mores maybe of society and get away with more, like the court jester being able to say something
Yeah.
king no one else could say. I got to tell you, when Piff and I both have those dragon suits on, we do things that even Piff and I would not do
Yeah.
if not in dragon suits.
Yeah. And
We felt kind of bulletproof in a way that we perhaps should not have.
you have a Pop the Magic Dragon character.
I do. And I did the whole thing in character.
That's what I mean. Like you put it on. you really
Magic.
do.
I'll tell you, if I confused Houdini and Pop the Magic Dragon, Disney would not renew the contract. Tell you right now, Disney does not want Pop. Oh, fuck. You know, I always get reprimanded by everybody after
Yeah.
this podcast. Did I just sing a copyrighted Disney song that isn't released yet?
Uh-huh.
That was Penn Sunday School.
Magic.
That was Penn Sunday School.
Magic.
Cha-cha-cha. You become naked magic, magic, magic in the air. There
Who
is
was
magic, magic, magic everywhere. Yahoo! Mrs. Paul's fish sticks. Does yours? Students receive first-hand job experience. And all that because you know I love you. And Ready Rich with confetti.